Alright, hello. Welcome to Season 6, Episode 4, Whispering Stream. Do y'all ever have streams whisper to you? I don't know if I've ever had that. You were veg? That's true, Prac. You were sleeping. Well, I don't think it was the day that we yanked down the tree. I'm pretty sure you were over like a day or two later when we were like helping clean like some excess pieces of like twigs and such from the backyard. I'm pretty sure the actual day of the tree being pulled down, I think it was just Arma here. I don't think you and Fig were here yet. During the stream, all voices will be a whisper. It's true. You yanked wood? I did Cloud. You know what's been on my mind again lately, Cloud, is watching 90s Hunter x Hunter at some point. That's been on my mind again. I think because I watched like one Hunter x Hunter video recently, and I guess it's just been on my mind, and I was like, oh yeah, we never did watch the 90s version of Hunter x Hunter, did we? We never watched that one. Ready when you are. That's a good question as to when I would be wanting to. Twitch just telling me to turn off ad block, but I just watched like 4 ads, bro. Bruh. Yeah, I don't understand Twitch ads half the time because I know we all experience that thing where it's like, oh hey, I just watched like a minute and a half of ads, and then like 20 seconds later, it's like, oh, here's another 30 seconds of ads. And then I swear, like, sometimes you like tab in, like you tab out of a stream and you tab back in, and it's like, oh yeah, here's another 30 seconds of ads. It's like, bro. Maybe their ad system is so shit to try and like get people to buy Turbo through that. Just get people so annoyed that they buy Turbo. One day. It's like, have y'all ever used those websites where it's like, please disable ad block to support our website, whatever, and then you turn off ad block and it's the most unusable website ever because it's just littered with ads every which way. Because like I have the Brave browser app on my phone, so I don't use, I still have Chrome on my phone, but I use Brave on my phone because it has the built-in ad blockers. And when I click like an article link or something that I want to read, it'll open it in like the, I guess, just like default Google pop-up browser thingy. I guess it's Chrome based, I assume, or some like light version of Chrome, whatever. And majority of those like news websites that I click on, like they will just be littered with ads if you do not have an ad blocker, and it's just like constant pop-ups everywhere. It's like, this is why people do fucking ad blockers, because y'all make your websites just unusable if you don't have an ad blocker. Morning Owl, how's it going? Like, I don't know, like, how do we get to a point where, like, where pop-up ads have been such a problem on websites? Like, how did that just become a thing? I don't understand. I don't know. I will always say that like cable TV commercials were always like the least annoying because at least they were consistent. At least like you kind of like knew when they were gonna happen and it wasn't like random feeling. Doing your ZZZ dailies, huh? Well, shit. I hope they're poggies. Yeah, exactly, Ebo. Like, you weren't missing anything. Which, like, I guess with how Twitch ads are, you can't really do that, per se. Unless the streamer is running ads and then stopping what they're doing while the ads are running. But then also it's like sometimes people just randomly get ads even when you don't run an ad break. Or like some people have ads and then other people don't have ads. And then like the reverse, like the other people have ads when the initial group of people that did have ads before don't. It's just like it makes no sense. Like I swear to God, it's just buggy to get people to buy Turbo. But also, like, Twitch ads have that thing where it's supposed to work. So when you get an ad break playing, it's supposed to play, or it's supposed to show the stream in a little, like, picture-in-picture view, but, like, that just doesn't work sometimes, and I don't know why. Like, is it just buggy, or is it supposed to, like, only work under certain circumstances? I honestly don't know. Unrelated to ads, I still have this fucking sore in my mouth, and it honestly just makes it annoying to talk. Which is also, like, now I'm streaming, I'm like, damn, I don't want to stream, like, too much, because it's just, like, annoying to talk, because of this fucking sore. It's so annoying. I, like, literally woke up one day and just had it, like, on, like, Thursday or something last week. I'm like, cool. I'm glad I didn't have anything like this the night before or the day before, and then it's like, oops, yeah, you're gonna have this sore when you wake up, by the way. It's like getting better, but it's just like so irritating to deal with. Like, why? Why must you exist? Why is the human body so bad? I'm pretty sure it's because I use like a different toothpaste for like one day. Like, I'm gonna assume my mouth just didn't like that toothpaste, I guess. I'm a Colgate toothpaste user. But my tube ran out, and instead of opening a new one, I just decided to use the Sensodyne toothpaste that I also have that I don't use because it was Skittles from when they were up here, and it's just been up here, just chilling. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just use the Sensodyne. And I'm gonna assume the Sensodyne just fucked with me. It's like the Sensodyne's supposed to be good. Unless it's completely coincidental and the Sensodyne's completely fine. And it could have been something else entirely, but I have no idea what it could be otherwise. Like, you ever, like, accidentally, like, bite your tongue or just bite, like, the inside of your mouth somewhere, and then because you bit it once, it, like, makes it easier to keep accidentally biting it? I feel like that's the vibe. That's, like, a similar vibe. I'm like, God, this is awful. You think it was a coincidence? It's impossible to really know, though. Is there anything you can do to, like, make a sore fuck off sooner, or is it literally just, like, wait for it to go away? I don't know if there's, like, anything else, or, like, anything you should specifically put on it that makes sores go away sooner. I don't know. Salt water. That's for symptom relief. Like, it doesn't, like, if I'm, like, not talking or anything, like, I don't really, like, it's not that bad. And, like, it's not the worst right now, but it's, like, the fact that I can just feel it. Like, I can, like, notice it when I'm talking. But, yeah, so I feel like if it's just symptom relief and doesn't actually make it go away sooner, then I guess that wouldn't really do much for me. Okay, I'm gonna just... But I do also just want to work more on these emotes. For anybody who didn't hear this earlier, also, what is this? A frost advisory. How is there a frost advisory? It's 16 Celsius, and it is May 19th. How is there a frost advisory? All my thoughts are gone now because I just looked at my phone and saw frost advisory. How? The weather this year is fucked. The weather is just completely fucked. Literally, I think on Friday or Saturday, it was like 30 Celsius here. But I have never heard of it being 30 Celsius and then there being a frost warning. How is that a thing that's happening? I've never heard of that being a thing around here. Seasons really are just a myth, huh? Okay, I think that's better. My cable's getting caught on stuff. I should really reorganize my consoles on my table here. Because coincidentally, my Super Nintendo, which has like the shortest cable for this mouse, like it's the furthest away console. And it's not that bad, but sometimes the cable just gets stuck on things and it's like, duh. But I also don't know how I would reorganize my consoles. It'd be cool to have the consoles on like a little like vertical shelf or something. That could maybe be kind of nice, like how I'm like stacked on a little short shelf. That could go hard. But yeah, for those who didn't hear or didn't see me talk about this on Blue Sky last night, I am currently in the process of basically doing a Twitch emote remaster, you could say. Just kind of like redrawing all of them and potentially replacing some, slash making new ones altogether. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening at the end of it. And it's definitely kind of crazy how just like seeing the difference in drawing quality has became. Because, you know, let me take a little peek. Let me see, because one of the ones that I redid, when was this file made? 2022, geez. I didn't realize I made that one 3 years ago. Oh my god. Yeah, I think they should be a lot better. And like comparing them, I'm like, damn, some of these old ones look off model AF, which when they're in an emote size, you can kind of get away with it. It's kind of like just drawing in general. Like if you draw something in a really big size, any mistakes when you view it in a smaller size are going to be far less noticeable. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna rock with this. Yeah, I did some exercise and I took a bath last night, and by the time I got out of the bath, it was like 3 a.m. and I turned my computer off like when I went to go exercise because I was like, well, I guess I might as well just shut my PC off because I don't really need it on right now. And I was like, I want to turn my PC back on and start working on the emotes more, but I should probably get in bed. I actually did get in bed, rare footage. Alright. Rare footage of me actually getting in bed before 4 a.m. Yo, Stalkor, where the Frogos? That's a good question. Where are they at in this piece? You know what's interesting? In Bob's paintings, he never really includes like any animals. There is one. I'm pretty sure it was called Anatomy of a Wave, which wasn't painted by Bob. It was one of like the guest paintings. And that one I think had some like seagulls, which were literally just like, you know, that's a seagull. It wasn't like a properly rendered front and center piece. How's it going, Stalker? And also, I don't know if I've just became more aware of it over time, or if, like, I don't know what is causing it specifically, but I have been dealing with this thing recently on my main computer monitor, which is, I think it has like a few different names people refer to it as, but I think it's most commonly referred to as image retention. which it's kind of like burn in. If you've probably heard of like image burn in on a monitor, but it's not permanent. Like it goes away after like a little bit. But it's like I am pretty sure I used to never get that ever. And my secondary monitor doesn't get that like, at all. I haven't experienced it at all on my second monitor. And so I've just been like trying to figure out, like I spent like a while yesterday trying to figure out like what the issue was, and I still haven't gotten it figured out. I went through and completely clean uninstalled my GPU driver and reinstalled like a clean one. Because I was like, could it be my GPU driver? So I tried that. That didn't really change it. I completely reset my monitor's like color settings and everything. I was like, did I change something on my monitor? So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm like, unless if it's just been like this whole time and I just never realized it. Like, maybe that's been the case. Maybe I just like didn't notice it before. But it's weird because like sometimes it'll happen with certain things sometimes. And like like right now, like I have like this like browser up on my monitor, and like if I move it out of the way, like I don't, none of the image retention has happened. So like I don't know if it's like certain programs are causing it to happen. I'm like really uncertain as to what the issue is. Maybe it's dying. Feeding the baby so lagging answers. No worries. I'd be surprised if the monitor is dying, because like it's a pretty new monitor. It's only a couple years old. And like I haven't noticed like any other issues. So I really don't know if it's like a random setting I changed maybe, like at some point. But hey, because I went through and I used this program called DDU, which is called Display Driver Uninstaller, and I completely like deleted all of my GPU, like my NVIDIA driver, like deleted all of it. I made a like a de-bloated version of it, so now I have like this like clean new GPU driver installed on my system. So I don't know. Well, so that should help. I guess that should make things run better, hopefully. We got Blue Bob whispering. What? Oh, whispering prac. Are you watching some One Piece on your day off today, Blue Bob? Catching up? You know, gotta make sure we're up to date on the adventures of Luffy and co. Hell yeah, 4x episodes at 4 times speed. That's what I like to hear. Any Mario out here today? Pausers? You know, Iron Mario 1.2 is coming out soon, supposedly. Wait, actually, Phil said it was supposed to come out last week at some point. Did it ever actually drop? Let's see. Did the new... I assume like they would ping for it. No, it didn't drop yet. Adge, Blubbers. Oh, Adge. You have returned? Hell yeah. I was just saying any Mario today. Pausers. Also, I was thinking about when we were at Prax, those like chicken shawarma bite things you got from Osmos. I was thinking about those again. I'm like, wow, those were extremely disappointing looking with how pitiful the portion size was. How nothing you got in that. I guess now we all know. Never ordered that from Osmos. Haven't played it all. That's valid. That is valid. Speaking of Mario, I watched most of this video last night in bed that was like, how many stars can you get in Mario 64 without entering a painting? And personally, that dude said Mario like constantly in the video, and I think everybody in the comments just kept talking about how he kept saying Mario. But I cannot believe in that video, this dude learned SBLJ to clip into DDD instead of just doing MIPS clip. And I'm like, how did you not think of MIPS clip? Like, there's no way that you were, like, you're aware of, like, BLJing and LBLJ. Like, this dude learned LBLJ for this video. But this guy said he spent, like, 3 hours trying to do SBLJ. I'm like, bruh. Like, you could have just done MIPS clip and you would have saved yourself an extreme hassle. Well, because what did he did LBLJ to get the Bowser, like, key 1. And then he, for some reason, didn't do reds until way later. I don't know why. This guy also said he forgot about 100 coins being a thing. I'm like, okay. I don't know how you forget about 100 coins being a thing in this game, but okay. Because he was able to go into... He counted SSL as not a painting, which is valid. HMC not a painting, which, yeah, that is definitely not a painting. And then, like, Vanish Cap, Metal Cap. But then also later in the video, when he was in BBH, he was like, oh yeah, we can't get the big eye in the secret room because that's through a painting. I'm like, I don't know if I would count that as a painting. I feel like that is a big stretch to call that a painting in my eyes. Considering he was like, oh, the entrance to Peach's slide is a stained glass window. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that, like, Boo portrait thingy to get to the big eye star, I wouldn't really count that as a painting. But that video is definitely, like, twice as long as it needed to be. I feel like this dude kept, like, rambling on a lot in that video about random things. I was like, all right. I'm kind of surprised. I got, like, most of the way through and I was like, all right, we're done with this video. A little unfortunate. Yeah, it's definitely not a painting. But I guess the TLDR of the video is that to get into most of the other levels, they just used BLJs. to like, I guess, touch the loading zone of the painting, but without actually physically entering like through the image of the painting on the wall. So it's like they're still entering the level just with like an extra step. Somebody commented saying basically what I thought, that there was like, oh yeah, I thought they were gonna do some like ace stuff to like get into the levels like without touching like without using the loading zones at all, but it basically boiled down to BLJ to the loading zone, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I was kind of disappointed. I thought it was gonna be a lot more interesting. Because it all started, because I actually didn't know it worked this way, that, you know, when you're doing the BLJ to get to Final Bowser, how if you angle to the left, it clips you into Wet Dry World? Like, apparently it works because, like, the loading zone, basically, of the painting for Wet Dry World, like, I guess for most paintings, or all of them, extend really high and really far below the actual painting. And the loading zone like overlaps like the stairs, I guess. So like when you do that BLBL, or when you do that BLJ to the left, I guess you like just clip into the loading zone itself and not the actual painting. But I don't know. And then I hit don't recommend channel afterwards. I was like, all right. So I'm curious, Blue Bob, do you have a frost advisory in your area? Because I looked at my phone like 10 minutes ago, and I have a frost advisory warning. And I'm like, bruh. I think Prac was saying he had the same thing. He's like, it's May. It's 2 degrees for you, bruh. It is 15 Celsius here. Like, I am impressed with how ridiculous the weather has been. Oh, that's okay. You can move when you feel like it, mouse. I don't think I've ever seen it be like this. This late into this late into spring. Allegedly spring. Supposedly spring. We'll see about that. We'll have to get an official on this one. Not that. I think ever since I can remember, in this, like in my area, basically once it hits May, it's like nice usually. But this year, the wind has just stayed cold pretty much like most of the time. But But yeah, I said this earlier, but meanwhile, on Friday or Saturday, I think it was Friday, it was 30 degrees here. Like, I don't understand how it goes from 30 degrees Celsius to being a frost warning. Like, that makes no sense to me. Somebody, somebody upset the, someone upset somebody, some higher up weather deity at some point, apparently. It's been all serious since North Carolina, but it was much hotter that time. It really was. It was very humid in North Carolina when we were there. Maybe it's just like a one-day thing. Like maybe tomorrow it'll be, oops, 30 Celsius again. So maybe that'll be a thing. Who knows? It's just super bizarre. It's completely unheard of. I mean, let's see. What is the weather forecast? So let's see. From yeah, the next week forecast is apparently 15, and then 15 tomorrow, 11 Wednesday, 8 Thursday, 9 Friday, 14 on Saturday, 17, 19. And like by then, it's like almost June already. Also, like, what the fuck? Was May already almost over? I feel like I've been saying this like literally every single month, but like, ow. Actually, how? How is May almost through already? It's cloudy and gloomy. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting some rain. You know, this makes me remember this one time. I don't remember where we were, but in this must have been like grade 4, grade 5 or so. We were on some field trip, and I remember we were. It was just like some like outdoor like field. We were in like the whole time basically. And this area we were at, it had this pool, like this something big ass like water park area, and that was like an end of the day thing we were gonna go do, I guess. But like before that, we had to do all these like activities. And by the time we got to the water park area, like it was really nice and hot like all day. And as soon as we get into the like the water at the water park area, it starts like thundering and like gets all cloudy and storming. Like I swear to God, we were literally in there for like maybe a minute, and then the weather got all fucked. I remember a similar thing happened in my first year of high school. It was like the first like week of grade 9 where we went to some like water park again. Like the whole day was supposed to be at this water park, and the day before, the day after was like like super nice weather, and then the day of that we went on the field trip, it was just like cloudy and thundering the whole time basically. I was like, yep. I'm glad that happened. Summer weather, for real. Give me that anime weather where it's just like nice constantly. Like I feel like in like your typical anime moment, I feel like you never like see the characters be like, "Oh man, it's so hot here." Like when they're just like, I don't know, like in like the normal areas of their town. Usually, that's not like a thing they're going on about. Yo, Shaggy. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday indeed. At Disney World, a bright sunny day became a torrential downpour in seconds. Amazing. I assume at least at like Disney, there's probably things to do like during the day at the very least, or to do inside. But like, yeah, it's flooded for a bit, bruh. That's whack. I am one of those people that have never been to Disney World or Disneyland. I feel like at this point I couldn't ever see myself going. I don't know, like I feel like especially in more recent years, I don't think Disney has, you know, they don't really have that good reputation anymore that they used to have. I feel like they've definitely fallen off in the rap department. I definitely had one of those friends where like every year his family went there like growing up. Y'all ever have those friends growing up where like they were always like going on trips like every year? Like damn it. Give you some rain though. It hasn't been raining here, Shaggy, but I'll let you know if we get any. I'll bucket some up for you. What sucked the most was all the air conditioning indoors and being wet was not the greatest feeling. Yeah, being like soaked is not a good feeling. Where they get the money to go to Disney every year, or is this? Yeah, like I always remember like my one friend growing up, like he would always be out here going to like yeah, Disney every year, and like they would go on trips to like Paris. Just like go, they would just be going around, go like Switzerland. It's like damn, and like I remember like his like it was a single mom that he grew up with. Like I don't know if she was like low key just making bank or what. I have no idea. You want to go to Disney since you've never been? Yeah, I don't know at this point if I would ever like care to go. Like I feel like the money I could spend on going to a place like Disney, I would probably rather just do something else with that money at this point in time. AKA like save it to like a Japan trip or something, or save that money for like, I don't know, like a new PC or something else. But if it was like money, like wasn't like if money is not a concern, then I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Yo, congrats on the 3 stream watch streak. Hell yeah. You got soaked a couple times back in your food truck days. Yeah, I've gone fucking soaked being outside. That is for sure. I have unfortunately experienced that. It is not a fun feeling. I'm pretty sure it's this month. Maybe I'll go to that instead. Oh, Super Nintendo World. Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting. I don't know if it's changed much since, but I remember when they first showed off the Super Nintendo World, it was like originally basically just Mario, but then they had like some Pikmin stuff too, and people were like, "Where's all the other stuff?" It's like, I don't know if they've added more franchises or if it's still just like basically Mario and that's it. No bias at all, but like a Star Fox themed like make it so it's like an interactive like roller coaster thing where like you're on like a fucking R-wing ride, but you also have to like shoot like enemies down. Imagine how fucking hype that would be. That would be fucking lit as hell. Yo, technicalities, too loud, please whisper. Oh, don't worry, I got you. Yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, I think a Star Fox themed area would be super hype. We all know how much Nintendo loves Star Fox. Okay, honestly, I think if it wasn't for Miyamoto, I don't know if we'd have a modern Star Fox at all. I know Miyamoto loves Star Fox. Doesn't love it enough to give us a good game, though. Lovers. Alright, whispering is cancelled. Are you technicalities? Which I had this I had like a whiplash moment the other night because there's like some person who makes like some Smash videos and their name on YouTube is like, I think it's just like Technicals, and I was like, is this the same person as the person's in my Twitch chat? And it seemingly is not the same person. I was like, that'd be crazy if that's like the same person. Not this shit again. Have Phil said that before? My apologies if that's a thing you hate hearing. But it was like I was like, oh wait a minute. Also, I've heard people say like weird things about that guy. I think I don't follow that sort of stuff at all, so I have no idea. I'm not really sure what the deal is. A Star Fox theme world. Goddamn, my childhood self would be scream of excitement. I would take a singular ride, like because they could make some hype, like Star Fox roller coaster shooter game thing. Like that would go dummy. That would go super dummy. The only thing you have in common is that you're black. The fact that you also like are aware of that guy. Smashers can't read and always mistake me for him, like I'm the boogeyman or something. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure these are not the same people, but I was like, let me check real quick. Because I had this moment like a month or two ago on stream where I'm blanking. It's a Speckner. Was a Speckner in chat. Because for like, I think 2 streams, I thought for like some reason that he was one of my IRL friends, because that IRL friend has, I don't know if he still uses it, but the username that he used to use, at least on the internet, was basically the same. And then like, after like one of my streams, I was like, wait, that's not the person, that's not my IRL friend at all. Like, I gaslit myself into thinking it was an IRL friend. Just completely the wrong person. Also, it's opening in like 2 or 3 days. Opens in 3 days. Feels good. Does that mean you're going there in 3 days, Justin? But if an IRL friend were to pop up in here, I'd be excited, since it means I can talk about speedrunning. I didn't talk to him for years, and then when Skittle was up here, when we were in the grocery store, he like ran into us. And I did not recognize him at first. Like obviously I remembered who he was, but when I saw him, I didn't recognize him at first because he has like a bunch of facial hair now, and I was like, oh, and I was like, nah, of course I remember you from school. I don't think I could ever forget that guy. Especially because he was like one of the people from school that it's like, yeah, you're someone that I don't hate. Like, you're someone who wasn't like a total asshole or anything. Not hate, but it's like, you know, like I didn't like keep in touch with basically anybody from high school, I guess. Like, David is like basically like the person who like stuck around the most from high school. That was the David. And a couple other people, but mostly David. I remember I met David in my gym class in grade 9 of high school, and he at the time had this like 1-up Mario hat, and I was like, damn, that guy must be hype. And here we are. Here we are. I was always told if you have one really good friend at a school, it's pretty normal. Yeah, I got a couple, so it feels good. You may save up to go next year, yo, and then you could vlog. You could vlog the entire time, and Anna would probably really love that. Alright guys, if this video gets 20 thumbs ups, I'll jump into the pond over there next video. Justin next year at his Nintendo World trip. That's where Justin's just like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. So how was everyone's weekend, aside from Justin vlogging? I spent most of Saturday and Sunday watching Melee. There was a Full House, I think is the name of it. It's like invitational major thingy that was happening. I was watching that most of the weekend. I was into it. I was on Team Axe, and then he lost at some point. He got eliminated at some point, and then I became a lot less interested. I was like, yo, give me an Axe run. It's been so long. Yeah, like I actually didn't see the end of Grand Finals, so I think I went to make food or something, or I was doing something else. I forget. I got into doing something, and I didn't see the ending of Grands. Or I didn't watch, like, the Grand Final set. But I did see that clip later, yeah, of him air dodging through the tree on Stadium and just dying, which is an insane moment. Like, last stock, I'm pretty sure he was up, like, it was like 80% versus like 10% or something, so he was like, he could have like very much won that game, and then it was just like, nope. Pokemon Stadium moment. I think he was also down, like, he was also down like 2-0, so it's like, well, oh, Moki was down, okay. True, Axe did beat Zane, which feels good. Feels good when the same people don't win every single thing. It's definitely a thing, like, you know, back when, like, Armada existed, how he would just win, like, everything, basically. And it's like, alright. Like, it's interesting to see different people win. Like, that's more hype, in my opinion. I get invested into tournaments when like, when there's an AMSA run going. So I was invested in that Axe run, but also, who doesn't like Axe at the end of the day? Like, I think you're just a bad person if you don't like those two players. They are, like, they're just hype. Visiting a museum, ooh. Any kind of, like, specific museum? I've never, like, been to a museum. Unless you count the museum map in Repo, but I don't think we're counting that here, are we? This is where G's ears perk up. Repo? Found the same. Yeah, like, it is definitely impressive, like, how consistent, like, people like Armada were, but it's like also, like, from a viewing standpoint, it's just like, damn, let me see some variety sometimes, you know? Like spice things up every now and then, you know? Amsa, please. Yeah, is Amsa just like chilling in Japan right now? He hasn't entered anything in a while, right? I don't think so. Like but I know he was living in Canada for like a little while there, so I don't know if it's like, oh, he has to like go back to Japan for a while, or if he's just I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's specifically said anywhere like what his plan is or what he's up to. Also, I feel like I've been really dragging my feet with this painting right now. I feel like I have been going really slow for a while. It was a museum related to our country's history and trains. Ah. Also trains. This is where if it was like the mid 2010s, it would be really funny to make a I like trains joke right here. And then everybody would be dying laughing right now at how funny it is. I haven't seen an ASDF movie in a long time, but last time I watched them, they still held up very well. They were still really good. Which goes hard. That is a difficult thing with like that sort of content. Because I feel like the older ASDF movies are like a product of their time for sure, but then like somehow they were able to like keep that same vibe going even like, you know, like well over a decade later. You love trains, your specific niche and interest, especially how trains work and how they operate. I guess I can't say I'm like specifically, you know, into them or anything like that. I like it when the train doesn't block me from going downtown. I like that part. I like it when the train doesn't block me from going down there. I think that part goes hard. But it is crazy how like there's like those I'm pretty sure it's like the bullet trains, right? That like go like insanely fast. I guess I've never really looked into like how those work specifically. Which would go hard if those become more common down the road. Give us more trains for public transit to get around. The train chapter from TTYD a lot. I feel like when people talk about their favorite like casual chapters, T2ID and Paper Mario and such, like I don't really remember too much about playing the game casually growing up. I do have a memory with Paper Mario 64 where I think we were stuck in chapter 2 for a long time. We were stuck in dry desert for like a long time and didn't know what to do. I think like eventually we got past it. I still have the file on my English Paper Mario cartridge, but like my childhood file for some reason is just like like Befafusuka. It's just like a fucking like spam of letters. But I still have it. Same with like the file that I got 120 stars on in SM64 as a kid. I still have that file on my English cartridge. Like, where is it? My Mario 64 cartridge. Right here. Because like ever since I can remember, my SM64 cartridge, like the label is very faded. So this is what I'm used to seeing the label look like. So whenever I see a Mario 64 cartridge that isn't faded like this, it always like throws me off. Like seeing Mario's hat being like super red, whereas like on mine it's like pale pink AF looking. It's always like, whoa, like I know like that's what it's supposed to look like, but I'm used to it looking all faded. That's what I'm used to it being like. Yo, Philly. Thank you. Okay, so after I'm done painting, should I give a preview of one of the one of the remaster emotes, you could say, that I've been working on is? Well, shit. Alright, well, stay tuned. Stay tuned for next time. I think I probably want to finish all of them before I start uploading them, I think. I think that's probably how I want to go about it. But I think I have like a couple that I could just like upload now. And also like maybe like give it time to chill, like in case if I'm like, oh yeah, like I could probably like, do this a bit better. Etc, etc. You know how the whole art thing be? Gotta keep at it, yeah. For sure. Yeah, yesterday I was trying to work on them, but then I was also working on... I was also watching Melee for a lot of yesterday and Saturday, so that kind of like... definitely didn't get as much done as I probably could have. It was like, oops, Melee. And yeah, that was good Melee. That was some good Melee on that was played. So I think thinking back on Melee again, like I think I am definitely at a point where I am like, I don't know if I would ever care at this point to really grind that game. I like watching it a lot. But actually grinding it is such a different thing. Like that game is fucking difficult. That's a tough game. And I have barely played it over the past many years. Yeah, welcome back from Adge. Feels good. You already use screen protection? Thank you much, Mr. Ad. You got an ad for like a screen protector? Like for your phone, question mark? If so, I've never heard of an ad for that. I've never heard of getting an ad for that in my life. For your body. Oh, like sunscreen? I thought you meant like a screen protector for your phone. Oh, okay. You meant some. Okay. Okay. Suntweet. Suntweet. Dude, did y'all ever do this? Like, I remember growing up when I had my iPhone 3GS. I remember going to, at the time, it was Future Shop, which I think was a Canadian-only store. I don't think it was in America, but it's Best Buy bought them out. So it's just like, you know, an electronics store. And I remember like going there and getting them to like install this like screen protector for me, because like you could like buy a screen protector and get them to like professionally install it for you. And I'm pretty sure it still had like bubbles. Like it wasn't like perfectly put on, because you know if you like fuck up putting on a screen protector, there's like little like air bubbles usually. I'm pretty sure there were still air bubbles. So yeah, I'm sure screen protectors have gotten better since then, but like anytime I've ever had a screen protector on my phone, it's always just like bothered me, like the texture it gives. Like there's always like some weird like effect. Like it's not like invisible like how I'd want it to be. And I'm like, I don't know. I've never really needed a screen protector personally, but I'm sure they've gotten like a lot better probably over the years, because the last time I've had a screen protector was like 2013 probably. Yeah, iPhone 3GS. Yeah, that's the one I had. I had an iPod Touch and then I got an iPhone 3GS at one point in time. I either had the second, or I probably had the second gen iPod Touch. I don't think I had the first one. Pretty sure my brother at one point had like the first one, the first iPod Touch that came out. Back when having an iPod Touch was like, whoa. Like I remember being at this family restaurant in town here, and with my friend, with the same friend from earlier who would always growing up would go on trips to Disney and etc etc. And I remember his sister had an iPod Touch, and I don't think like any of us had one at the time. So we like she let us like take turns like playing games on her phone or iPod, whatever. You know, back when like the whole like marble maze game was like the coolest thing, where it's like you tilt your phone to like move the marble like through this maze and get it in like the correct holes to go to like the next level. Like that was like the coolest shit back then. That shit went so hard. All I ever installed was YouTube and mobile games. Yeah, back when mobile games weren't so evil, when it was like actually just get the game, and every game wasn't like, hey, we're going to blatantly false advertise this game, and you download it and it's nothing like the product that we advertised. I remember I got it because I remember saving money secretly for it. The Wii the Wii that I currently use for MM, I remember that one I saved up as a kid to buy it myself. Yeah, back when iPod touches were like amazing, and it was like the coolest thing ever. I feel like I've said this so many times on stream, but I will always vividly remember actually that same friend who I said I ran into like in a grocery store in town when Skittle was up here. Like one day in grade 8 in school, he came in with an iPhone 4, and it was like the coolest thing ever back then. I feel like that like lives giga rent free in my head, like thinking about that. Your first iPhone was a hand-me-down, but I remember your first drunk experience got it water damage. Buh. That's unfortunate. How's that guy doing? We didn't talk for too long in the grocery store, but seems to be doing well. Seems to be chilling. You know, I remember I mentioned to him, like, because I mentioned to him that, like, there was the person Speckner who I thought was him, and then I'm like, wait, that's not you. And then I was like, I asked him if he still used Twitch or not, and he said he would pop in here at some point. He has not popped in here. Imagine if he's in here right now. Imagine if he's, like, lurking. He was like, we should get coffee sometime. That has not happened. Maybe someday, though. Maybe someday. Someone thought mine was theirs, and they put it in their wet swim trunks pocket? Bruh. What the fuck? Like, what? And like back then, like I don't think phones were really like waterproof at all back then. Unlike now, where I'm pretty sure most phones are like waterproof or pretty waterproof. You know, Jesus. I'm pretty sure most phones these days have like some amount of waterproof protection on them. You know, meanwhile, my phone actually doesn't. I don't think it has any waterproof. Like I think the certification's like IPA. I think question mark. It's something like that. I remember my one friend telling me that there was like some phones a while back that were like, it was like, yeah, this phone is waterproof, but it just doesn't have the certification, so they can make it cheaper. Like, it is perfectly waterproof, but they just didn't pay for the certification, so they can sell the phone for cheaper. And I'm like, honestly, that's valid. I still feel dumb that like, because my phone screen is fucked up because I just literally like, I'm pretty sure like, because I was like in the bath one night and I just like accidentally, I think I like bumped it in the water and I feel like a total dumbass. I guess I'm lucky the phone still works. I'm just like, bruh, why? Why did I do this? It's like part of like the reason why I want to get a new phone someday is just because of the fact that like there's like a strip going across the phone where like the screen just doesn't work. So it's like oops, like this thing doesn't work. Like the visual of the screen still works, but the touch part of it just doesn't work. So it's like, oh, I can't tap this thing from here, so I have to like scroll the page down or scroll it up and then click it from like a higher or lower part on my screen and then it'll work. It's a pain in the ass in some apps. Like, especially, I remember, like, I swear to God, like, in older, like, iPhone and iPod Touch days, I swear, like, every app used to let you, like, turn it sideways or turn it upside down even, but now, like, no apps let you turn the app upside down anymore. I'm like, why? Maybe there's, like, some, like, mod or, like, thing you can do to let you do that, but I'm like, I swear that used to just, like, be a thing in older iPods and iPhones. I don't know why it, like, just isn't a thing. Because, like, what's the harm in, like, making that an option? I don't know, it's really weird. You know how it is. Companies out here, like, just taking away features randomly. Why yes, we will do all these new things. Oh yeah, but we will delete these random features that we could just keep in, but we're gonna remove them arbitrarily for some reason. Huge shoutouts when Google removed the native music playing app on Android to probably to get people to pay for YouTube Music, because that was like the alternative. It was like, yep, you have to use YouTube Music now. Google Play Music is no longer available. Please use YouTube Music instead. I'm like, awesome. Love that. Your iPhone 7 broke because the screen got cracked. I replaced that screen yourself and it looks new? Hell yeah. Getting a screen replaced may do the trick. Maybe, but I also feel like at this point, like, because I have an iPhone 3A, and like, it's also just like it's pretty slow at this point. So it's like I probably wouldn't care to like try and repair it over just like I feel like I could just use that money to get a new phone instead at some point. You dropped a phone into our seeding wave at a beach once that somehow still worked. I know like if you drop like an electronic in water, like you're definitely supposed to like turn it off like as soon as possible. I don't know if you did that, maybe that like saved it. Put it in rice. When I dropped my phone in the bath, like I was looking up things like frantically, and like people were saying allegedly don't do that. Like supposedly you're not supposed to do that, even though it's like the classic like, oh yeah, you got your phone wet, just put it in rice. I think I ended up like pointing my fan at it. Like I turned it off and like pointed my fan at it, like and just left it on overnight. I think that's what I did. Like, to my knowledge, literally nothing broke on it other than the, yeah, like that, like, random part of the screen just, like, doesn't have, like, the touch capabilities anymore. Unfortunately. like a dumbass. I mean, literally everybody, like, eh, probably everybody would say, like, oh yeah, just put it in rice. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Which maybe what I read was wrong. I don't know. I don't know. It just sucks that like all modern phones these days have done the cool thing where they're like, yeah, we're gonna remove the headphone jack. Yeah, that thing that we could totally keep in phones. Yeah, we're gonna not have that in there. So it's like that makes me not want basically any modern phone because I want a headphone jack on my phone. But fucking every phone nowadays just doesn't have one. It's really dumb. That just became like a normal at this point. Thanks, Apple. Really appreciate it. All right. Damn, an hour and 27 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm probably down to call this one done, I think. It definitely took me a little bit longer because I think I was kind of like rambling for a bit at some point. I think this one actually turned out pretty good. I feel like I hardly actually talked about the painting at all for most of most of it while I was doing this one, but I think it turned out pretty nice. So thanks for watching.